Welcome everybody to Muscatine Community Stadium. I'm Joel Kraushaar for another exciting night of Muscatine Muskie Football back in the newly remodeled friendly confines. This is your Muscatine Power and Water pre-game show as the Muscatine Muskies 0-3 to start the season will help play host to 1-2 Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley coming off a loss to Linn-Mar, the only common opponent that these two teams have played, and we'll talk a little bit more about that this matchup here coming up. I'm joined tonight by my old trusty partner. No, you're not old. You're just a trusty partner, Chuck VanHecke.
I'm old.
Always able to sit in. Ben Nitzel, my usual Friday evening partner, is celebrating the wedding of his younger sister this weekend. So congratulations to the Nitzel family for yet another fantastic, hopefully, wedding weekend. And hopefully Ben and his family are enjoying some quality time. We're going to enjoy this quality time of high school football. We'll be right back to break this one down for you. It's the Muscatine Power and Water pregame show, and we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
And welcome back. It is the Muscatine Power and Water pregame show. I'm Joel Kraushaar. Along with me is Chuck VanHecke as the Muscatine Muskies host Pleasant Valley on what has turned out, Chuck, to be an absolutely beautiful Friday night. This is perfect football weather right
Can't
here.
ask for a better night than tonight.
It's,
nice temperature, no wind. It's going to be a great time. The flag's just hanging there.
Flags hanging there, and neither one of these teams really looked to throw too much. These are two teams that really want to establish the run, especially Pleasant Valley. And we'll break them down a little bit more. But the Muskies coming into this game 0-3 to start the season have had some rough spots. It has been a very challenging opening schedule. Linn-Mar proving to be, quite the opponent, but the common opponent between these two teams. Linn-Mar defeated Pleasant Valley 18-0 last week. Linn-Mar 3-0 now to start the season. And Pleasant Valley also fell to Cedar Rapids Kennedy. And I just had it in front of me, and they defeated Dubuque Hempstead 35-0 2 weeks ago. Another common opponent the Muskies will play here in a few weeks. But for Muscatine, it's really about trying to develop some continuity. There's been several injuries and some shakeups along all throughout this roster for the Muskies. But one thing that has been somewhat stalwart, Chuck, is the offensive line is mainly being able to remain intact. Just some switching of positions tonight.
Right. They have stayed intact, and I think as a result, we are at a point where I think we can get something done. It's been a challenge. Like you say, the schedule's been very tough. We only had 2 starters back, period, at the beginning of the year. So everybody in the program knew that we were struggle early. And hopefully we're starting to turn the corner, and tonight will be a good test.
And that kind of dovetails into our feature presented by the Youth Sports Foundation, the Coach Kraushaar keys to the game. We mentioned winning the trenches, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. The Muskies truly need to win the line of scrimmage. That seems like fundamental football 101, and it's much easier said than done, Chuck.
Well, it's really true against Pleasant Valley. They run the old-time option play, and they're going to try and test you, and you better be ready. And it's a situation where you got to do assignment football.
Assignment sound, and we'll talk a little bit more throughout that as the game unfolds, so you can see some better visual representations of what we're talking about. Assignment sound. You mentioned that option football. You know, if you watch a lot of college football, you may have seen Army the last few weeks. This is a similar attack to what Army does, where the quarterback is just as much of a running back as they are a passer in this, and there's constant movement. Linemen sometimes are pulling in the wrong direction, and lots of action. So everyone has to do their job to defend this Pleasant Valley offense.
Yeah, the key is if they can get misdirection, then they've got a good situation, and that's why we have to stay at home, cover our gaps, do our assignments, and if we do that, we can pretty well control that running game.
And that's one of the reasons, though, the head coach, Rusty Van Wetsinga's son, junior running back Rusty Van Wetsinga, has 35 carries at 235 yards on the season, averaging just over 7 yards a carry. As a team, they're averaging just under 7 yards a carry, our Pleasant Valley, and that's the odds are in your favor when you're averaging that many chunk plays.
But if you can stop that and make them throw, you got a chance.
And offensively for the Muskies, they have to protect the football. They've been plagued by some turnovers early on in the season, and trying to get onto that plus-minus side of the turnover margin. Have your defense make some takeaways and protect the ball yourself, another key to the game. And then there's 3 phases. Special teams important. Landon Batty, the quarterback for the Muskies, you know, he's also a fantastic punter, and that is something that we've seen, unfortunately, maybe a few too many kicks throughout the beginning part of the season. Talking with Coach DJ Hawkins before the game, he mentioned that Landon brings that poise that he shows at the quarterback position to really being a pretty skilled punter. And if Muscatine can somehow flip the field position, make Pleasant Valley, if Muskies don't score, to make them have to go the distance, that's a big part of tonight's game as well.
I think our goal, is to try and control football and keep it away from the Spartans. And if we can do that, I think we can be in the ball game without a doubt. They are going to try and just jam it down our throat, but if we keep the ball, they can't do that.
And one of the keys to that for the Muskies will be senior leader Nolan Raker, who is averaging had 132 all-purpose yards last week. He runs the ball, he catches the ball, 6'5", kind of an H-back tight end. He's all over the formation for the Muskies. They really just try to get him the football offensively, and he'll be a huge part of stopping the run on defense from one of his defensive line / linebacker positions. Coach Hawkins said they're going to be moving people all over the field tonight to try to get the best matchup depending on what Pleasant Valley shows them. We're going to take another quick break. Muscatine did win the toss, and they are going to receive to start the game. So the Muskies will receive the ball to start the game. We're going to take another fast break. We'll be gone for about 2 minutes, and then we'll bring you back with the Muskie Marching Band.
Muskie.
I can feel it. This expectation.
You should have listened to that one little feeling.
Gotta wonder what's next.
This is our only chance. The world needs him.
I think I might have just pulled this off.
Really?
Am I interrupting?
Please enjoy.
Enjoy your free preview this weekend. Then call us to order.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
And welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium. I'm Joel Kraushaar on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm joined tonight by Chuck VanHecke as the Muscatine Muskie Marching Band plays the Muscatine school song as they enter the field. And Chuck, we talked about it a few weeks ago in our first game here against West about this newly renovated stadium. Something that you have to look at with a lot of pride, being a part of the first iteration of this stadium that was built and now seeing it renovated so nicely all these years later. Facilities of this campus is something you've always held near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, I think facilities are really important for the pride of your community and for your school. And certainly with this stadium renovation, we have done just a tremendous job. It'll be nice when we cap it off with that Diamond Vision scoreboard, hopefully the last part of the year. And this facility now, it's just unbelievable the use that it will get. And you don't have to turn anybody down if you don't want to, as far as using the field, as far as weather conditions. And I know one of the people that are really appreciative is this high school band. And you can tell they've been on it and they love it, and we love what they're doing.
Yeah, they get to practice on it every morning, and it's going to allow them to consistently have their host their invitational marching band competition, which we mentioned it last time, but it is a major moneymaker for programs. And those instruments that they're out there playing, folks, they are not inexpensive. And if the school can somehow mitigate that cost so that the families don't have to absorb those major expenditures, that's better. And the band boosters for decades have done an outstanding job of helping keep band accessible for all.
It's a great program for everybody, but especially kids that's their interest.
Yeah.
And it keeps them in school just like athletics keep other kids in school.
And Lee Plummer and Jeff Hyde do a fantastic job, and now we'll listen to the band play the national anthem. Job by the band for the national anthem. And we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with more Muscatine Power and Water pregame show. I'm Joel Kraushaar on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
It's National Public Power Week, but we celebrate more than just power because MPW is 3 utilities with one focus: you. Not-for-profit municipal utility customers enjoy high reliability, low rates, local control, and community investment. It's also National Customer Service Week, making it even more important because delivering excellent customer experiences is just as important as delivering reliable, low-cost services.
We are looking for a zero-turn lawnmower.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters.
Can I test drive that one?
In the store?
Even in the buying experience. We know you want to buy from someone who knows what they're talking about.
We're looking for a zero-turn mower.
Like this guy.
First thing you need to know is what's the size of your property? Are there any obstacles?
Head to your local Hustler dealer and talk to a lawnmower expert.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app. Card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Did we mention quality matters?
Welcome to our welcome back to Muscatine Community Stadium. I'm Joel Kraushaar. On the Discover Muscatine Sports Network, as the Muscatine Muskies will play host to the Pleasant Valley Spartans. And we're about a couple minutes away here from kickoff as the band is in their formation. The cheerleaders are in their tunnel as we wait for the Muskies to take the field. Chuck, we've talked about the facility renovation. We've talked about a lot of things. One of the things, though, with the Muskies is this is a young football team. And there's you mentioned all the seniors who they graduated last year. This may be one of those years where on paper, as they take the field, on paper there's some things that they may not jump out as showing, but there's some really young players, sophomores, juniors, and some freshmen who are gaining invaluable experience and are huge seeds of growth for this program as they grow into the future.
Well, our quarterback's a junior, and he's progressing very nicely. He's running the ball really nice, and he's passing 20 out of 35. His quarterback rating is 99.1. That's a great rating.
If you can protect him, he's got real tools.
Yep. And like you say, great punter, so he's got a lot of skills. And then our running back, Ty Kozad, he's only a sophomore, and he's really coming on nicely. He's got 128 yards for the season. And then we've got a kid like Paul Henry at a receiver.
He's been a real difference maker in the defensive secondary
and he's been playing really good defense. And then Jacob Novak, a junior, he's got 6 tackles on the season and playing really stout. So there's a lot of good things with our
and haven't even mentioned yet senior running back and return specialist Mason Crabtree, who's got a 97-yard kickoff return for touchdown on the season and carried a lot last year in some relief duty in the backfield.
He's like our punter. He's probably returned too many, but
right.
But he's exciting, and you give him a little daylight and he can really go. So he's provided a spark for us, and there's 0-3. It doesn't look great, but there's a lot of things that are happening that really before the season's over we can turn some of this stuff around.
And we hope to see many trips into the First National Bank of Muscatine Red Zone tonight for the Muskies. Also, a huge thank you to Bear of Muscatine for sponsoring Muskie Athletics and our starting lineups this evening. I know Coach Hawkins he did tell me before the game that they did get some good news. Senior captain Connor Christensen, who suffered a season-ending injury last week, was able to be here for a brief period of time tonight and speak to his teammates and be out there for a little bit. Is not going to be able to stay the entire evening, but it was great to see Connor get that chance to be here, and an outstanding kid and a great leader for this team who unfortunately his season has been cut short.
Well, I think that's a real tribute to a lot of things, including our head trainer, Nicole Calvert, who right away was concerned about this situation and followed up, and Bettendorf, the doctor that was on the sideline, said the same thing, and they got him to the emergency room, and he was taken care of right away and had great care, and that's what you hope nothing like that happens, but it's great to have that care.
There's the kickoff over the head of Crabtree for a touchback, so the Muskies will take over and see if they can get their offense going early here. That touchback rule, it's been really impressive to watch the high school kicking game just improve and improve and improve. And almost every Friday night at the 5A level, we're seeing kickers able to consistently put that in the end zone.
Well, that's another program. Soccer's made a lot of difference with kickers.
Yeah, and Pleasant Valley's got a strong soccer program.
Yeah, and they have
as does Muscatine.
Yeah, so you got to give them credit.
Wing formation is as Batty's in the shotgun. The shovel pass here to Raker, and he's met right at the line. We didn't even mention yet Andrew DePape, this junior defensive lineman and tight end for the Spartans, primarily a defensive player. One of the top players in all of the nation. DePape does have interest from Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, the University of Iowa, Iowa State for the local schools. But any who's who list in the country for college football, DePape is popping off on those lists at 6'5", 245 pounds.
He's bouncing back and forth in that line.
Bad snap as Batty again able to fall on it. And so it'll be Muskie ball, but they will go back. Loss of 18 on the bad snap, and the Muskies will snap it from their own 2-yard line.
Those are the things we've talked about, kind of self-inflicted wounds that we've got to stay away from.
And so now 3rd and 27 for the Muskies.
There aren't too many plays for that.
No, there's not, and it just makes it even trickier 4th down, too. So this is where you maybe see a screen, try to get some of it back.
Get room for the punter.
And they try to give it to Raker, but he is just met. But forward progress will stay out of the end zone, and the Muskies will have it now 4th and 28 from their own 2-yard line.
Well, you know,
1.5-yard line.
You know Nolan's a marked man when he walks on the field,
Yep.
so it's pretty difficult for him. But he's a great athlete and a tough young man, and there's a lot of people who want to see him play someplace too.
So this is the Ivy League. He's been all over the East Coast in the Ivy League schools this summer.
So he must have a little intelligence.
He's a highly intelligent kid.
I know.
My wife was his 2nd grade teacher.
Yeah.
Batty catches the snap and a good punt down the sideline. See if they can get a roll. Nice job by the Pleasant Valley returner. You know, those are those hidden yardage plays, Chuck. That returner saved about 10 to 12 yards by just fielding that and getting upfield.
Yeah, we got a decent punt away, but it's such good field position. This is Rusty Van Wetzing is licking his chops on this field position.
That was Tig Lyon on the kick return, and now this option attack of the Spartans comes on the field. Coach Hawkins told me they're going back to an odd front this week. So nose tackle with outside linebackers right up on the line of scrimmage.
They're going to try and stop the dive play to begin with.
And they give it to Van Wetzinga. That was Lyon, sorry. Lyon was the ball carrier.
Lyon's just a sophomore. He's a pretty good talent himself.
Gain of 2 on 1st down, so it'll be 2nd and 8. Barrett Lindermark was the usual quarterback, but he got injured last week. And that's a toss now. And that's Caden McDermott. And he's tackled right around the 15-yard line. Aiden O'Donnell moves in from his wide receiver position to quarterback for the Spartans.
We had that played pretty well. He's got a tackle.
I did hear right before the game there's a chance that we could see Lindmark. That his maybe healed quicker than they had thought, but I would imagine that we'll see O'Donnell most of the way. Give it to Lyon. Off tackle.
That's the bread and butter play right there.
And they go quick. They huddle up. They call the play, and they get right to the line.
That was Kozad on the tackle. That's one of our sophomore players. Plays both ways.
Motion. The keep now by O'Donnell, and he's going to keep it. And good defense from the Muskies there.
That was well played. That's Kozad again.
That triple option look. O'Donnell has the ability to give that, keep it himself, or pitch it. In that situation, it was McDermott coming around in motion.
He's reading the play all the way. He reads our defense, and if we crash down, he'll keep it or a pitch. If we go outside, then they go inside.
Heavy responsibility from the defensive tackle, the nose tackle for the Muskies to try to stop that dive and defeat those blocks, defeat the double team. There's the give. And that's going to be a touchdown, and that's Van Wetsinga.
Yeah. You got to make them go 60, 70 yards and see if they make mistakes. You can't give them that 30-yard field position.
So after the punt, the Spartans go 30 yards for the touchdown by Rusty Van Wetsinga. O'Donnell's on for the hold. Carter Spangler on to kick.
Rusty's 220, so he's no little back.
He's a big boy. His father had the reputation of being a pretty good ball player in his own right as well for North Scout.
He's a tough guy.
So the Muskies trail 7-0. We'll take a short 30-second break, and we'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. And welcome back. It's kickoff after Pleasant Valley scores a touchdown. Spangler to kick off for the Spartans.
You don't see this offense very often, so it's difficult to prepare for.
And that's Crabtree in the end zone, so that'll be a touchback. You know, you don't see it, but the teams that run it run it very effectively. So it's kind of surprising to me that more teams don't migrate back to it, considering it's very versatile no matter what your numbers situation is.
I think more teams will, but right now, you know, the spread's the thing. So,
which, interestingly enough, the spread, like the true Urban Meyer spread at Florida, is that double wing offense just spread out. It's predicated off being able to run the read option.
Yeah.
Another low snap, and Batty's able to secure it.
We've had snap problems in several games. We've got to get that taken care of because Batty can do a lot of things if he gets time. He doesn't have any time at all.
Yeah, there's just no good play for 2nd and 17. But at least this one didn't get all the way back to the inside the 5.
See, 50 is Joey Wetzinga. He's a big kid for a freshman.
The give is to Kozad, and he gets a good chunk of that back.
Kozad's a very tough runner. He's going to be really good. So they go 240, 240.
And 6'5", 240 in the one back.
Yeah. So I mean, up front they're very big.
Evan Frankie.
Sadler's 58. He's 270.
Evan Frankie getting the start at right tackle. Had a really nice block on that play.
So those 3 big guys up front, that's
empty backfield as Raker splits out to a slot.
Be a screen.
Little screen. Pleasant Valley sniffing it out, though.
I smelled that one.
That was, I think, Tate Lyon on the tackle there.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. He's their leading tackler.
So I think Tate and Tiger, both sophomores. I'm wondering if they're twins, maybe?
Probably. So when you get those 3 big linemen, those linebackers usually don't have too many on them, so they can flow very easily.
So the punt team on again for the Muskies. RIVO Plumbing and Heating bringing you Muskie football. There's the snap and the kick. Good kick, a little knuckleball action. Mm-hmm. That ball's going to bounce and roll out of bounds at the Pleasant Valley 43-yard line. Good kick there by
kicking out of the end zone. That is a very nice kick, but it's still we got to turn the field on them.
And this is where we talked about turnovers and takeaways and protecting the ball on offense. This is where you need your defense to maybe try to figure out a way to manufacture a turnover here.
Yeah, well, those 2 bad snaps just put us in a hole both times. You can't do that.
Yeah, my math says we're -21 on first down. That's not a good start from an analytics standpoint, but the Muskies looking to turn it around on defense here. as the double wing takes the field for the Spartans.
If we can get a stop here.
That's a good start as the dive was tackled. Short gain of about 2 by Lyon. But you could see the double team on the right side there from the guard and the tackle driving the Muscatine player 7 yards back. And it's really, I mean, it's a challenging task for a defensive lineman when you've got 2 guys every play on the block.
You just have to, be quick. Same play.
O'Donnell keeps it, fakes the pitch, and Henry comes up from his safety spot with a good open field tackle.
That was a nice hit. But it's too bad it's 8 yards down the field. But our kids are playing hard. They need to keep after it. Don't get the daubers down.
This is an offense that is just as much a war of attrition as it is trying to get some big plays. They're comfortable going 2, 3, 4 yards at a time. That gives us to Lyon.
They're very happy to run a 6-8 minute drive every time if they can.
They lost 18-0 last week to Linn-Mar. They defeated Hempstead 35-0 2 weeks ago, and they fell.
Linn-Mar has 3 big linemen too. They can match up with them pretty good.
And we saw that team early on in the year. Their linebackers are really good tacklers as well. Here's the toss. And there's McDermott. Did a little juke move and was able to get to the sideline.
Yeah, we had him, but he juked, like you said. That's where you need to tackle.
Hey, he's 5'9", 185. Rusty Van Wessing is 6'1", 220. And Ty Lyon is 6 foot, 174 pounds. There are 3 sizable ball carriers.
Yeah,
and O'Donnell's 6'1", 180.
Yeah. If you can physically match up with him, you got a real chance to beat him. It's going to be you're going to have to do a lot of things on defense.
Pass play. O'Donnell drops back. And that is intercepted. Oh, they're going to say he was out of bounds.
A nice play
Good play by Henry.
But he was out of bounds.
Yep, good call.
Yeah. But that's the thing, that right there, they threw the ball. We had a good chance to intercept it. If we can stop the run, we'll probably go to trying to do some X's and stunts and stuff to try and mess them up.
Makai Wilson was trying to get free on the wheel route in the Muscatine secondary, able to stay home.
He's their top receiver.
That gives us to Lyon. He's met again by the secondary, but a gain of 8 on second down.
Linebackers have a tough job, but your tackles have to come down, and then your linebackers have to flow, and if they can't flow, just like that, they had a nice play.
So 3rd and 3 at the Pleasant Valley 12-yard line. Van Wetzinga gets it. Breaks a tackle. There's a flag. I think we're going to have a holding call.
It looks like it.
Number 76.
You can't,
for the Spartans, Tommy Jeffries.
You can't tackle Van Wetzinga high. He just can keep rolling. Got a break. Let's take advantage of it.
So the 10-yard penalty will push the Spartans back. And if you're watching and you're looking for a way to get involved in Iowa high school athletics, you'll notice tonight there's only 4 officials on the field. Typically it's a 5-man crew. There is a statewide officials shortage. Yeah. So if you have a passion for this game and would like to get involved, please go to the Iowa High School Athletic Association website and fill out the application and the questionnaire to become an official, because we have a true need for it all throughout the state.
Yeah, around noon they only had 3, so they were lucky to get the 4th.
O'Donnell in the shotgun. Looks for the screen. It's complete. That's Coy Kipper. He's tackled.
Kozad on the tackle.
Good open field tackle there by Ty Kozad. So that penalty has massive repercussions. It's 4th down now, and Spangler will come on to attempt a field goal. O'Donnell with the hold. As this will be a 26-yard or 36-yard field goal. That kick is up and no good.
So a nice stop here with the break.
The Muskies are able to hold off the Spartan attack, and offense will take the field for the Muskies. And finally,
we've got
a little bit better field position. Let's see if they can get the snap issues under control. And
we got decent field position. That really helps.
Now, if you're familiar with the NFL rule, that the ball does not go to where the ball is kicked at the high school level. That's ruled a touchback, and so it will be the Muskie ball at the 20-yard line. Batty gets the snap. They give us to Kozad, who bounces it out to the right side. Gain of about 3 on first down. He kind of pounded the turf knowing he was just a little heel clip away from some green grass.
Yeah, he was pretty close to breaking a real nice run. Like you say, he's only a sophomore, and he is going to be an excellent back.
Just under 2 minutes to play. As the Muskies will have it 2nd and 8. Fakes the toss to give us to Kozad. He's met, though, right at the line of scrimmage. Grant Necker and DePape gumming up the works for the Muskies.
It's a tough way to go, trying to go off tackle either side.
Well, and then you
those
have
big horses.
You got 55 Luke Vonderhaar at 6'4", 260 at the nose tackle.
Yeah. It's not an easy chore out there.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 now for the Muskies. As Batty drops back to pass. That ball falls safely to the ground. He threw that into some coverage. He didn't have a lot of time to get his feet underneath of him.
No, I think if you're going to throw, you better do it on 1st or 2nd down, because on 3rd down,
pin their ears
Katie
back.
barred the door.
Who's Katie?
I don't know. It's an old-time statement, I guess.
I've never understood it, but I've always said it. It's one of those things that you just
attract.
That's why it's a colloquialism, right? You just pass down from generation to generation. 1:30 to go here in the first quarter. Batty to punt. Ooh.
Got part of it.
And that did hit a Pleasant Valley player, and that's going to be Muskie football if they're able to secure it, as it did hit the back of a Spartan.
Our ball.
And the Muskies capitalize off the misfortune and have their best field position of the evening.
Like I tell Coach Hawkins most of the year, if we didn't have bad luck, we wouldn't have any, but we got a break there, so let's take advantage of it.
And now some clock issues as the officials are attempting to get the clock stopped. You mentioned the new scoreboard coming, and that's going to be a sight to see, and the fans here will thoroughly enjoy it, and who knows, maybe we'll find the Arty's Ice Cream and Grill fan cam find its way to the scoreboard, bringing you Muskie football and great shots of the fans all season long here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Right now, if your eyes aren't too good, you'll have a little bit of a problem seeing on the time.
Have you had a chance to get up to Arty's yet in Wilton, Chuck?
No, I haven't.
Sakir Alamoski, Chili as everyone calls him, puts out a great product. He's got this new apple crisp, ice cream thing. I'm trying to get him to bring it up to the press box sometime. Chili is a former player of mine at Wilton. He played defensive line for me up there.
Well, it's all in the family, right?
Yeah, they're great family, and happy to have Arty's on board. That's 1st and 10 for the Muskies, just over the Pleasant Valley 40-yard line. As Batty comes under center, and Kozad in the backfield. And now they'll give it to Recker with Kozad leading. A little toss ISO play.
Nolan will make them pay a little bit. He might not get a lot of yards.
And looks like Braden Lane is still down on the turf for the Muskies.
Yeah.
On the far side. So while the staff at Rock Valley Physical Therapy attends to Braden Lane. We will take a short break, and we'll be back with more Muskie Football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest eighth of an inch.
And welcome back. Is Lane able to leave the field on his own power? It looks to be relatively comfortable. So hopefully we can see him back in the game as the Muskies have it now. 2nd and 7, just inside the 45-yard line. As Batty gives the ball to Kozad, and he is just met in the backfield, engulfed by Rusty Van Wetzing, a two-way player from his linebacker spot. And a loss of 3 will now make it 3rd and 10.
Their linebackers are just flowing like crazy. That Tate Lyon was right on there also. So
just a simple defensive scheme too. It's when you have those 3 horses up front, they can eat up blockers and then let the linebackers just run.
Just keep them off your linebackers and you're in good shape. So far we're playing them pretty good.
Raker in motion. Batty throws the screen back to Kozad, who's got a couple blockers out in front. Kozad puts his shoulder down, and he'll have the first down. Great effort there from the sophomore running back, but even better effort from his offensive line. Number 51, Sergio Becerra, number 70, Pat Lafleur, getting out and blocking those backers, catching them in an overly aggressive position, and it's a first down for the Muskies.
You can take advantage of that aggressiveness from time to time. So, good job.
That'll do it for the end of the quarter. We're going to take a fast break. We'll be back with second quarter action on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially when it comes to the driving experience.
Let's take a closer look.
Our legendary smooth track steering provides buttery smooth turns, making maneuvering around obstacles a breeze. Unlike the jerky feel of other options, our smooth track steering is so effortless, anyone could make short work of the lawn. Hustler Turf, mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about Pearl City Media.
At Pearl City Media, we develop custom marketing solutions for businesses of all kinds. Between radio, cable TV, newspaper, Facebook, Google, and YouTube ads, it can be tough to make sure your business is seen and understood by the right people. Pearl City Media understands that people are everywhere, and reaching the right kind of people for your business isn't so simple. Maybe you want to.
Sorry, I looked over there. And welcome back to the Muscatine Community Stadium. I'm Joel Kraushaar alongside Chuck VanHecke tonight as the Muskies convert the first down on 3rd and 10. And now we're over midfield looking to make a drive. That tosses to Raker, and he's got a head of steam. He'll have a gain of about 6, Chuck. Finding creative ways to get Nolan the football.
That was well blocked, and he runs hard. If he can get a step or two past the lineman, it is pay dirt.
Yeah, 6'5", 235 pounds. One of the faster players on the team as well. And Nolan, an accomplished athlete. Drake relays qualifier in the discus, state thrower, one of the top throwers.
Second in the state.
Yeah, in track and field. Batty gives the ball now, and that was great defensive line play by number 55. That's Vanderhaar, who scraped right down the line and played that just perfectly.
He's one of the little guys, 260.
I know, 260, and he's the svelte one.
Yeah, you got to hit him quick. You cannot. Slow play isn't going to work with these guys.
So that'll bring it up to 3rd and 7 now for the Muskies.
The thing we wanted, we're getting. They're battling them hard.
Muscatine comes out. Raker in H-back wing type position. Henry to the top of the formation. Braden Lane back in the game. And that's going to be a fumble on see if Kozad's able to get that ball back. He was
think he did.
Going face mask to face mask with DePape there, and he was able to get that ball back. Just some confusion on the exchange. That'll make it 4th and 9, and the Muskies will be forced to punt. But the chance to flip the field position here a little bit.
Yeah, that'll help.
Pleasant Valley was close to the block on their last punt attempt.
Yeah, I think that helped them with the guy that got hit. That's blocked a lot better.
End over end. Fair catch signal given at the 15-16 yard line by Lyon. And the Spartans will start inside their own 20 as the Muskie defense looks to answer the call. And this is what we said in the pregame show. Make them have to go 75, 80 yards. And let's see if Pleasant Valley's up to the challenge here.
If they can do that, hats off to them. But they had a holding call on one of their drives, and it's tough to go that far without some mistakes, even a good offense.
And we've also seen them put the ball on the ground once, too, that was recovered by Pleasant Valley. So, again, they're 17, 18-year-old kids just like on the purple and gold side. So I've been around them enough. Kids make mistakes, and that's what you're banking on with this kind of a defensive approach. O'Donnell gives it to Lyon, and Lyon's into the secondary. Good open field tackle there. That's Luke Hardy.
That was a very nice tackle. If he didn't make it.
Talk about Katie bar the door. He was gone.
Where'd that come from? We can't let him have those big runs.
1st and 10, just over the 30-yard line.
Give him 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
That give us to Lyon. Oh, no, O'Donnell keeps it. There's the fumble. Boom! And it's intercepted out of the air. Muskies almost have the scoop and score. That's Aiden Lopez making a fantastic play on the pitch. And the Muskies are knocking on the door.
You know, they messed up the timing, and then when he tried to pitch it, it didn't work. So
into the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone. O'Donnell, the backup quarterback. Those timing plays of that pitch in this option offense, he probably didn't get the majority of the snaps all summer long and leading up to this game. So he may not have that same pitch relationship timing built up with his backs. And we saw the mistake there. And let's see if the Muskies can capitalize. Batty's going to keep it now. And
big old 50.
Right there waiting for him was Van Wetzinga.
He's just a 240-pound freshman.
Muskie Football brought to you by Let's Eat Catering and Youth Sports Foundation. Youth Sports Foundation program you're very involved with, Chuck. And most of these players on the field tonight got their start in YSF, whether it be for Pleasant Valley or Muscatine. It's a great organization throughout the Midwest.
And those kids got to play on this field last Sunday.
I know, I was coaching.
Yeah.
Kozad with the carry up the middle. They've come a long way from the fields I grew up playing on in the younger days.
Well, the thing you miss about this field is that crown in the middle was like 3 foot high, you know.
You couldn't see a 5th grader on the other side.
No, I couldn't see some high school kids.
That makes that throw really long from hash to sideline.
So that's what makes this field look so nice, is that it doesn't have a crown.
So just under 8.5 minutes to play here in the first half as the Muskies trying to punch through here after the turnover. It's 2 turnovers now for Pleasant Valley.
What do we got going here?
We've got an official doing some discussion.
The clock. 25-second, 40-second clock.
And so now it'll be 3rd and 11 for Muscatine. Crabtree in the backfield for the Muskies. Batty rolls out right. Throws it to the sideline. And unable to make the catch is Henry.
You know, the thing about it was a nice throw because if he didn't get it, it wouldn't be intercepted.
And Henry
He's
dinged
hobbling.
up on the play.
He's hobbling a little bit. So he's had a bad ankle all fall. So I think he'll be okay after he walks it off a little bit.
And as the athletic staff looks to get him off the field, it'll be 4th down, and the Muskies are going to bring the field goal team on. Sophia Thomas on for the kick. And if this is your first game of the season, Sophia joined the team just a few days before the first game of the season. One of the more prolific soccer players in the Iowa High School Girls Athletic Union. Sophia finding her niche on the football field her senior season.
Well, she can choose between Iowa and Iowa State, they say, with scholarships.
High snap. Batty got it down. We have a flag here. And let's see. That might be a leveraging call. They came over the top. Yeah. We'll see if this was dead ball or if this was in-game action. This could result in a first down for the Muskies.
That certainly wasn't Sophia's fault.
No, high snap. And actually, that was a good job by Batty to get the ball on the tee and give her a chance. We saw that in the Iowa State game, the first field goal attempt by Shudak for the Hawkeyes. A high snap resulted in – once the snap is off, there's really very minimal chance you're going to get a kick off.
The timing's gone then.
So let's see what this call is. Again, a flag is on the field. The officials are discussing what the call is.
They're trying to decide. We got something. What is it they're saying?
It's complex. I don't know if they've got a live link to Boone or whatever, but it's they certainly want to make sure they've got it correct.
Well, that's the best thing to do.
And again, sometimes this is a discussion of did it happen during the play? Did it happen after the whistle? What was it that happened?
Yeah.
And I don't even want to speculate because I have no idea. It came in late.
It has to be something in the line.
Wouldn't you think it has to be? It's either a holding situation. Did they hit the long snapper? That's the other thing too. Is the long snapper is a protected player because it came kind of from that center part of the line. It was the umpire who threw the flag.
Okay, here we go.
Now Coach Van Wetzing is trying to get an explanation. And it looks like Pleasant Valley's
They're walking
moving.
it off. Yep. So it's on them.
But we'll see if it results in a first down. That's my question because the spot is short of the marker.
He's bringing the offense out.
Coach Van Wetzingen not happy with whatever he was just informed with. We haven't gotten a signal from the official yet.
Well, usually Rusty isn't real happy when there's a penalty against PV.
So it's a personal foul.
Personal foul against the Spartans.
But because it's half the distance to the goal, it doesn't result in a first down. In Iowa High School Athletic Association, a personal foul is not an automatic first down.
No, there's just a few instances. DJ wants to call timeout. He just called timeout before she kicked.
And the timeout is called, and I think the kick was good. But he called it long before they even tried to snap it. Yeah. So we'll have a timeout for the Muskies. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Muskie football.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat. So you pay for the meat, not for the fat. And get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
I can feel it. His expectation.
You should have listened to that one little feeling.
Gotta wonder what's next.
This is our only chance.
Well, we're going to kick it
and
again.
Welcome back. As the Muskies are on the field, Sophia Thomas to kick a field goal. This one now, a 25-yarder. That snap is good. And now they're offside, so that will be, now a timeout Pleasant Valley. There was a flag.
Timeout,
This is like the end of a Division I half.
Yeah, this has been.
We got timeouts. It's a heavily contested special teams play. We're going to keep it right here. I've not seen this many timeouts called in a game-winning situation in a long time.
No, this has been a cat and mouse game here with timeouts.
I like the Matt and Couse. That works well for me.
It's better.
So the Muskies trail 7-0. This is fun. This is exactly what we're looking for, though. Muscatine's hanging with, throwing some punches of their own, getting takeaways, finding their way down into the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone, and seeing if they can come away with some points here and keep putting some challenges on this talented PV team.
Well, like I say, play hard and see what happens.
Now Thomas on. This is her fourth crack at it here. She's getting lots of practice kicks in.
I think she's loosened up now.
And that kick is up.
I think it's good.
And it's good. Sophia Thomas field goal is good. And the Muskies now trail by 4, 7-3. We'll take a fast break, and we'll be back with the kickoff on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
The world needs him.
I think I might have just pulled this off.
Really?
Am I interrupting?
Please enjoy.
Enjoy your free preview this weekend. Then call us to order.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
And welcome back. It is 7:45 left here in the second quarter. I'm Joel Kraushaar along with Chuck VanHecke on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network presented by Pearl City Media. Muscatine answers the call after the turnover, gets a field goal. It was a fumble recovery from Aiden Lopez that set up that Sophia Thomas 25-yard field goal. And now this Muskie defense will look to create more havoc as the field position hopefully will switch here as Parker Green lines up to kick off. And that kick's going to be fielded, bumbled there at the 6-yard line, but there's a seam, and tripped up does the job for Green. But that's when you see those bobbled kicks, sometimes running lanes just open up.
It's amazing when that happens, because it does happen a lot.
You almost seem like some returners might try to do it on purpose, because it seems to always be that way. As Wilson, I'm not saying he did that on purpose, but Wilson with a nice return and recovery on the bobbled kick.
I don't think it's natural, but you kind of let up on the defense when you see that bobble. Our sidelines really picked up enthusiasm with that field goal.
And that's key, as the Spartans will take over just across their 45-yard line.
It's important now that we can get them stopped. We got a little momentum going.
And now McDermott in a quarterback, and he's going to keep that off the right side. Cade McDermott, one of the starting running backs, taking snaps under center after O'Donnell fumbled the pitch.
That's where we talked about that assignment football, and somebody didn't get their assignment.
So Wilson's now in at the wing with McDermott at quarterback, Van Wetsinga at that fullback position. Or excuse me, Lyon getting the ball at that fullback position. And they keep it over the edge. McDermott just adds a whole other dimension there from a running position.
Yeah, I thought he would start out the game at quarterback, but he didn't, but he's in there now. He's quick.
Yeah. Second and less than one. The give. No, McDermott's going to keep it.
Yeah.
Confused me there, and he's going to get down inside to the 2-yard line.
They ride that and read it, and once you see what they crash in, he just runs like crazy.
So first and goal for the Spartans Just under 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Tight double wing formation. McDermott at quarterback. Quarterback sneak. And the Spartans have pushed it in for a touchdown.
Did you see VanHecke?
Yeah.
He just rugbyed McDermott into the end zone.
Now, my partner, Ben Itzel, would inform us that was technically a scrum. He always corrects me on what is what. I believe that one actually would be considered
that was
a
a true scrum. There's no doubt about it.
I've learned the hard way to not even attempt rugby analogies with Ben in the booth.
Oh, no.
He just being the national champ that he is. And that extra point is good by Spangler. And the Muskies now trail 14-3. We're going to take another fast break. And we'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
RIVO as expert plumbers.
And we are back at the beautiful newly renovated Muscatine Community Stadium. I'm Joel Kraushaar along with Chuck VanHecke as Spangler for Pleasant Valley looks to kick off as the Spartans drive down for their second touchdown. This is a shorter kick. That one is taken by Crabtree, and the Muskies well covered by the Spartans, but the Muskies will start over their 20-yard line. As the Muskie offense will take the field.
We need to eat some clock here now. Get a drive going, eat some clock.
6.5 minutes to play here in the first half. Affordable Metal Manufacturing bringing you Muskie Athletics, along with Riots and Rebelle, Salon, and the Muscatine Community Y. Make sure you watch your way on the Discover Muscatine Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter pages, and always at discovermuscatine.com. That give is to Kozad up the middle, and a good gain on first down for the Muskies. Ty Kozad gets a hole and does some damage.
He runs really hard, low, and turns those feet and keeps them moving.
And a huge thank you to the support of Muscatine Power and Water, as you now can watch Muskie Athletics on Muscatine Power and Water Cable, Channel 3. It'll be 2nd and 3 for the Muskies. As the shovel pass now to Raker. He's trying to find his way to the line to gain, but he's going to be held for no gain.
You go from tackle to tackle, you're going to have to battle hard. He does, but
Joe Gaia and DePape along with Lyon and on the tackle. The good news is it does take 3 Spartans to bring Nolan down. The bad news is the Spartans executing some good team tackling there. 3rd and 2. They give us to Kozad, who finds a hole, and now he's got daylight as Ty Kozad is going to be brought down just short of the 50-yard line.
Kipper was going to tackle him, and he broke that tackle and got about 3 more yards on a really nice run.
And Kozad ran out of a shoe, and that'll bring Mason Crabtree in. Really patient run and a good hole there for the Muskies.
And he's playing both ways. So he's in great shape.
So 1st and 10. It's good to see Paul Henry back in the game for the Muskies. Yep. That gives us to Crabtree, and he's got a seam that does the senior. Both two tough-minded, quick runners for the Muskies.
Crabtree's about as hard-nosed as you can get. I just love to watch him run.
Great wrestler as well.
Yeah. Pound for pound, he's quite a runner.
Ty Kozad excels in the soccer program as well. There are a lot of multi-sport athletes on the field for both teams.
Well, you got to have it.
That give to Kozad, and Van Wessingen just able to beat his block.
And that snap was a little low. It
messed
up the timing up again.
So it'll now be 3rd and 4 for the Muskies.
We got a nice drive. Let's pick this up.
Been able to get some yardage on first down, which was not happening earlier on in the game.
Well, I think our line's doing a little better in blocking. We've gotten some yards.
Bickford Senior Living bringing you Muskie Athletics, along with Eastern Iowa Power Washers. Big 3rd down conversion here for the Muskies. As Batty under center. Play action. He's going to boot right. He finds Raker in the flat, who turns it up.
He might have it. He's got the first down.
He's got the first down as the tight end able to stretch.
They had 9
guys.
guys.
By about 2 or 3 yards, actually.
They had 9 guys in the box at the snap of the ball.
So the chain gang, as they get set, the Muskies look to get set up here.
We want to wear that chain gang out. Moving the chains.
So Kozad and Batty in the backfield, along with Raker in the fullback position. That give is to Kozad, and another positive play on first down.
Their defensive linemen go real deep into the backfield, so if you can get that chip block like that, you can pick up some yards.
It drives the former defensive line coach in me crazy to see guys get that deep. You don't want to get that deep.
You want to go heel
line.
Heel line, but it's tough if guys are so aggressive.
Yeah, you got to sometimes try to rein in the thoroughbreds, but they have to. You want to be assignment sound, and that's their assignment. Batty back to pass. That's a little high, and that's going to be a flag.
It should be, yep.
And he may actually find himself out of the game. That's the sort of hit that they're trying to eliminate, whether it's even in live action.
I don't think he went to the head, so I don't think so, but it's 15.
And so we're going to have some punitive damages against the Spartans here, and that'll be a 15-yard penalty.
We had the pretty well blocked. Had a chance to throw.
And right now I think the discussion here is on the severity of the penalty.
Yeah.
I'm
sure DJ.
We don't have replay, but this is a hit. At full speed.
I think in another year Chris will have replay, won't he?
Well, it's a challenge. I don't know. It didn't look like a malicious hit. He was in no way headhunting. He was just playing hard and playing through. But this is the type of hit they're trying to eliminate from the game of football, Chuck.
Yeah, I think DJ's gotten a little talk there too, and helping him out.
And the fact that it was late.
Yeah, he didn't have to do it.
No.
That's the thing.
They are calling it targeting.
Targeting.
And so I believe his number 7. I don't know in high school, are they disqualified from the game? That's my only question.
Yes, they are.
Well, number 6, and O'Donnell is still on the field. So.
Well, what's the use of calling targeting?
Right.
It should be either targeting or just a personal foul.
So that makes a big first down here for the Muskies as Kozad now presses the line and has a gain.
He picked up a couple of yards just on his own with his nice stutter stepping.
And so now it'll be 2nd and 9 for the Muskies in the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone.
This is a perfect drive for us if we can finish it off. We've eaten the clock up and done some nice things.
And so the Muskies into the ball game now. Matt Keener split out wide. They give the shovel to Raker. Now he's got some room to groove. And he gets a gain of about 3 or 4.
It was a nice play, but old 99,
there's a reason that the SEC is taking a look at Pleasant Valley, Iowa. 99 he's a highly skilled player, and we've seen several of those.
He looks like he shook himself up a little bit, though. He's squatting down there.
And so they may have called a fumble on the play.
Yeah, I don't.
And they're discerning who has the ball, and Muscatine appears to have kept it. And so now 3rd down. I think the paper's just catching his breath. He's plays a lot of snaps. But this is the kind of drive, Chuck, you mentioned. This is the thing you start to wear down their defense and keep their offense off the field. Still just a 2-score ball game.
Yeah, you keep their offense off the field, and that's really important, especially after that last drive they had.
Batty in the pistol. Record to the left. That gives us to Kozad. And he's going to be short of the 1st down. And the field goal team going to come back on. As this trip in the First National Bank of Muscatine red zone, the Muskies trying to go 2 for 2 with points. Nice job by the Spartan defense to bow up and stop the run after getting gashed earlier on in the drive.
But this drive gave our defense a chance to rest up, and hopefully we can do something with just a little bit left.
Good snap. And the kick is going to be just short. Good pressure inside by number 32, Max Doran. And now the Spartans will take over from the 20.
It's tough when they can get a little bit of a running start as big as they are. But it was a good
drive for the Muskies. Unfortunately, it didn't result in points.
Hopefully now our defense is rested a little bit and we can have a good minute and
give some
6.
Give some reason for the fans on that Arty's Ice Cream and Grill fan cam to show some excitement and have some life. Muscatine winning the turnover battle so far and playing a relatively clean game penalty-wise. They're doing those little detail things right. Let's see if that can pay off here as this game progresses. McDermott. He gives it, or he keeps it.
We played that pretty well.
Yeah, they took the dive away. Lyon had nowhere to go. McDermott does pitch. And
we played a good second half up at Bettendorf, and we're playing a good first half here, so we're putting things together. PV's a good team, so it's tough to keep them off the board.
Under a minute to play here, so the Spartans pick up their pace. Let's see if they look to a screen game or... That give is to Lyon, who breaks a few tackles, and he'll have a 1st down.
I got the first. 54 seconds left.
Down at the 33. It's a first down.
So now McDermott gets the call and the no huddle. That's the new dimension to this double wing, is the no huddle double wing.
Yeah, they're
McDermott keeps it. And now he is kept in bounds, or no, he does find a way to get out of bounds.
Yeah, they've picked up their pace as far as the running. They've run a lot of plays compared to other years.
2nd and 2.
So timeout called by the Spartans as they try to get some points. Again, Pleasant Valley will get the ball to start the second half.
36 seconds is what we've got to keep him off the board.
And the few times that Pleasant Valley has dropped back to throw, Muscatine has challenged it quite nicely. Yeah. They did have an interception around the goal line, but Henry was out of bounds when he came down.
The last thing in the world PV wants to do is throw the football. Stop him and make him throw, and not that they aren't going to maybe complete some.
They don't want to pass, and they don't want to raise their property taxes. That's what Pleasant Valley does.
Yeah, there's a couple things.
2nd and 3 for the Spartans.
Taxes, and you know what, are always going to happen. I think our staff has done a really good job getting this team ready to go tonight.
A lot of enthusiasm from the coaching staff on the sideline, keeping guys engaged.
The toughest thing in the world to do is keep kids inspired when you're 0-3.
McDermott in the shotgun looking to run a draw. And he's getting outside. Ooh. And that is going to be a face mask. That's a good call.
Yeah, or late hit, either way.
Hardy came up And
a little high.
A little help for he tried to jump up, bit for the pump fake. And so an unfortunate event there. And that will be a personal foul face mask. So it will result in a first down. Good call by the officials.
Well, you're never going to criticize the kid if he's trying to do something, Stupid penalties you get upset about, but
yeah, that's just an effort play.
As long as it's an effort play, just get back and play hard again.
It's kind of like a holding penalty. Holding penalties usually happen because you're trying hard. You just got beat, or you fell down, or you slipped.
Usually you get beat.
I only ever slipped, Coach. I'm kidding.
We'll talk to our coaches about that one.
Wilson in motion. McDermott rolls right. They throw it to Wilson. He's trying to turn the corner. He does not get out of bounds, though. They are saying he stepped out.
Yeah.
So under 19 seconds now to go here in the first half.
That's their number one receiver. He doesn't catch many, but he's a good.
Nice play design there, bringing him in motion.
Yeah,
and
he's a good receiver.
And then running him out to the flat. And now the Muskies will call a timeout. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with more Muskie football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
It's National Public Power Week, but we celebrate more than just power because MPW is 3 utilities with one focus: you. Not-for-profit municipal utility customers enjoy high reliability, low rates, local control, and community investment. It's also National Customer Service Week, making it even more important because delivering excellent customer experiences is just as important as delivering reliable, low-cost services.
We are looking for a zero-turn lawnmower.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters.
Can I test drive that one?
In the store?
Even in the buying experience. We know you want to buy from someone who knows what they're talking
We're
about.
looking for a zero-turn mower.
Like
Great.
this guy.
First thing you need to know is what's the size of your property? Are there any obstacles?
Head to your local Hustler dealer and talk to a lawnmower expert.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network as the Pleasant Valley Spartans have it 1st and 10 at the Muskie 27-yard line. We're under 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Caden McDermott at quarterback. Oh no, O'Donnell back in at quarterback, drops back to pass. Looking to go deep, and he'll just throw that away.
Only took
good defense from the Muskies.
Well, that didn't take very long.
Took 6 seconds off the clock.
He was running around for 10 at least.
I think O'Donnell is – there's a reason he started at quarterback to begin the game. I think he is the better passer.
Yeah, he must be more experienced anyway.
And now McDermott will go back to the quarterback position based off of the huddle here.
Sounds like with McDermott there, they're going to run that option play. Yep.
A little quarterback follow.
Nice job.
Swallowed up nicely by that Muscatine defensive front. 8 seconds to go now in the half. As Rusty Van Wetsinga, the father and head coach of Pleasant Valley, calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here. This is a big defensive stand here for the Muskies. They always say when you're the underdog, you want to go into halftime no more than 2 scores down. If the Muskies can do that, there's a lot of hope and a lot of chance that comes out of the second half there.
Yeah, this is big. It's just like against Iowa City West, they scored right before halftime, and that really turned that ball game around. Hopefully we can not see a repeat of that.
Well, as the Spartans were hoping as Muskies to prevent the similar conclusion that what the men of Troy had for Iowa City West. All these Spartans and Trojans and
our old
helmets that look the same. As Spangler comes onto the field for
he's going to kick a field goal.
Pleasant Valley.
If he doesn't fake it.
Snap is good.
We
I believe Henry did get a piece of that, and that kick is short.
Henry was in there fast, and he wasn't offside.
Yeah, he turned that corner nicely, and that kick is short, and the Muskies will take over with 4 seconds remaining in the half. Big defensive stop there for the Muskies.
That gets us some momentum. I mean, we only got 4 seconds there, so it's not that, but some momentum for the second half. I think we've struggled, but we've played a good first half.
Really good half, capitalizing on turnovers, taking some plays when they're available. Some big plays in the run there towards the end of the second quarter.
Got the big turnover.
Looking forward to talking more about that during our Muscatine Lawn and Power halftime show, as the Muskies will come out and take a knee and run into the half, trailing 14-3. 2-score ball game. All my mentors always have said, keep it 2 scores when you're an underdog, especially at home, and you give yourself a chance. So the Muskies have done that, and we'll talk more about it here after a short break on the Pearl City Media Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app: card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Did we mention quality matters?
Welcome to our Cut Quality Center. Let's take a closer look.
Our mowers provide superior
laser precision cut quality
for a perfectly manicured lawn.
Let's break this down in science terms. This grass is cut good. This grass is cut not as good.
Hustler Turf. Mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest 1/8 of an inch for greater efficiency and less waste. Affordable Metal can even roll your panels on site. Call today for a free quote and let us become your preferred supplier. Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Our business is rolling.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially when it comes to the driving experience.
Let's take a closer look.
Our legendary smooth track steering provides buttery smooth turns, making maneuvering around obstacles a breeze. Unlike the jerky feel of other options, our smooth track steering is so effortless, anyone could make short work of the lawn. Hustler Turf, mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about Pearl City Media.
At Pearl City Media, we develop custom marketing solutions for businesses of all kinds. Between radio, cable TV, newspaper, Facebook, Google, and YouTube ads, it can be tough to make sure your business is seen and understood by the right people. Pearl City Media understands that people are everywhere, and reaching the right kind of people for your business isn't so simple. Maybe you want to increase your business's awareness and sell more inventory. Or maybe you want to book more appointments. Or maybe you need a bump in your lunchtime traffic. Whatever your goals are, Pearl City Media will listen and create a strategic campaign focused on helping you reach those goals. We handle all the strategy, planning, execution, and will update you on the results of the campaign while constantly evaluating the effectiveness of your campaign. So what are you waiting for? Send Pearl City Media a message and start improving your marketing today.
And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar. This is your Muscatine Lawn and Power halftime show. I'm joined by my partner Chuck VanHecke as the Muscatine Muskies trail Pleasant Valley 14-3. You know, and Chuck, really all things considered, a pretty encouraging first half of football for the Muskies.
I think if during the week if somebody said, DJ, that the score will be 14-3 at halftime, how do you feel about that? He'd say, I feel, naturally I'd like to have the lead, but at 14-3 I feel pretty good. I think we would have played a good first half, and we have some momentum to go into the second half.
Yeah, and that momentum is there. They were able to hold Pleasant Valley to a missed field goal, maybe even blocked partially by Paul Henry, as you're seeing the Muskie Marching Band perform at halftime tonight. But you see some really good things happening. Muscatine creating 2 turnovers, one coming in the special teams game. The missed field goal, which was huge to keep that deficit to under 2 scores. And the Aiden Lopez with the fumble recovery that he almost was able to take into the end zone for an offensive score. And that trip into the red zone resulted in a Sophia Thomas field goal.
Well, like I said, we played a really good second half up at Beddendorf. We actually outscored them 7-6 in the second half, and the first half's been well played. We've had a few mistakes, but you're going to have that, and so I think we're making a lot of progress. We're in for a tough battle because of the size that Pleasant Valley has, but you know, we've seen where Kozad gets in that secondary. He can get some yardage, and we've adjusted it a little bit as far as their quick McDermott, and so all in all, I think we could see a nice second half.
And what we're seeing from Rusty Van Wetzinga and his Pleasant Valley Spartans is a real commitment back to that running game. They tried to do a couple cute things in their first couple possessions, see if they could throw Muscatine off balance, and they're going back to establishing the run, really establishing the quarterback run in the second quarter. But what Muscatine has really been able to do, save for the second touchdown drive, they've been able to limit the big plays. You might get 6 or 7 yards here, but they weren't giving up that 27-yard run. Save for, I think, 3 carries from Cade McDermott. Most of them, Muscatine's kept the Spartans in front of them.
Yeah, I think, again, we talked about the assignment football, and as long as we continue to follow our assignments, we'll be able to hold them to that. If we break down, that's when they have a long run. But again, if we can control the football a little bit, keep their offense off the field, then we have a real good chance. But if they're out there grinding away, it's tough to control Pleasant Valley. You know as well as I do, you could go back 10 years and they're going to run the same play, the same offense, same defense, and
go back 25 years, Coach. That's very similar.
But anyway, you know, so you just got to line up, and you got to see you can do some scheming against them offensively, and if you can, you got a chance.
You know, Landon Batty, the junior quarterback, has been so impressive all year long with his composure and his ability to run this offense. Had a couple nice completions in the screen game that opened up some opportunities for the Muskies, so don't be shocked to see some adjustments to that. Maybe some spies, maybe a little bit measured aggression from the Pleasant Valley Spartans on their defensive side of the ball. It's not their characteristic, though, to pull back the reins and say don't go full speed for those linebackers. But Muscatine trying to find some ways to adjust that defensive pressure.
Well, I think he might, Landon Batty might run just a little bit more than he has the first half. He's done an excellent job. He's been under pressure, and he's handled the football really well. A couple of snaps at his ankles, and he takes care of all that stuff. And I really believe that this kid is going to be one fine quarterback for the Muskies as he's developing along.
One of the things that's impressive is the body language. You know, you have bad snaps, you have some plays not go your way, some big plays happen against you. I've coached plenty of teams where I've seen heads drop immediately and you get the here we go again sort of body language. Not seeing that tonight from the Muskies. There's a lot of commitment, a lot of moving on to the next play, and honestly making a play on that next play.
Well, you got great leadership in Nolan Recker, and he's not going to let those guys hang their heads no matter what. He's going to play to the last snap of the game, and he expects his teammates to do the same, and that's what great leadership's all made about.
I read a great article today about how the beauty of football is that it is truly one of the few sports where you have to focus more on the process than the final product. And you put so many hours in your time as a high school football player that you may not ever even run the play that you've practiced 25 times because the situation doesn't dictate it. You truly have to love your teammates and love the process of this game. And it's a valuable life lesson to learn as a young person.
That might sound like a business plan, don't you think?
Absolutely. I was actually just talking about that today in my, corporate job, is the values that all of these student athletes and these members of the band, that we see. Every student who's participating tonight, they are executing something that while they're not going to be maybe doing flips and cheering as a professional, they're going to still use those practice habits that they develop along the way. It's why Friday Night Lights is not just about what happens on the scoreboard. It's about every single student who's involved on this evening.
Well, just like tonight and 20 years from now, there's a lot of times you just got to suck it up and get it done. And that's what you got to do.
I had that conversation today. It's just like, 21 years ago, I was playing on a much different version of this field. But the lessons we learned. And I had a pretty good athletic director back in the day who really didn't let us slack off too much.
Well, I had some good predecessors too, so what comes around turns around.
It is a cumulative effort, and we're going to take a quick break. This is the Discover Muscatine Sports Network and the Muscatine Lawn and Power Halftime Show.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat, so you pay for the meat, not for the fat, and get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
I can feel it. His expectation.
You should have listened to that one little feeling.
Gotta wonder what's next.
This is our only chance. The world needs him.
I think I might have just pulled this off.
Really?
Am I interrupting?
Please enjoy.
Enjoy your free preview this weekend. Then call us to order.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
It's National Public Power Week, but we celebrate more than just power because MPW is 3 utilities with one focus: you. Not-for-profit municipal utility customers enjoy high reliability, low rates, local control, and community investment. It's also National Customer Service Week, making it even more important because delivering excellent customer experiences is just as important as delivering reliable, low-cost services.
We are looking for a zero-turn lawnmower.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters.
Can I test drive that one?
And welcome back to the halftime show presented by Muscatine Lawn and Power. I'm Joel Kraushaar alongside Chuck VanHecke as the Muscatine Muskies are taking the field for a second half of football between the Muskies and the Spartans of Pleasant Valley. Muscatine trailing 14-3. Huge thank you to our broadcast sponsors, RIVO Plumbing and Heating, Hy-Vee, for bringing our post-game show, Affordable Metal Manufacturing, and Eastern Iowa Power Washers. Couldn't do these great broadcasts without great local support, and we have that here in Muscatine as always. Now let's see if we can get behind the Muskies with a big second half as they will kick off to Pleasant Valley. So starting off this half, Chuck, having this ability to get field position figured out, but also keep them from getting a big drive and getting some points. Holding them to 3 points or less is paramount in this first drive.
It was important, like I said, we've said that they didn't get in before halftime. Now that they're going to get the ball, if we can get a good stop and we get good field position, we're back in this ball game big time. But if they roll along, then we're going to have to be in the fight for our life. So it's been a very enjoyable first half. Great halftime show by the band, and Friday Night Lights is what it's all about, right?
It's fun. It's a community spectacle, and
you look at the crowd, and you wouldn't think it was an 0-3 football crowd.
Yeah, pretty good contingent from the Spartans made their way down as well tonight.
Yeah, it's a nice crowd, and
well, when it's 74 degrees and not super windy, and there's no precipitation in the forecast, you got to take these nights in when you can, because Lord knows in a couple of weeks it might be a completely different ball game.
Might have your parka on.
Not in this beautiful new climate-controlled press box.
Well, no, you guys won't. You'll be, having the heater on.
Yeah, I'm getting soft. I now only do things if I can just keep it under control with the air conditioner or the heater. But that's
this is a fantastic press box, and really love to go upstairs and look at the field from up there. It's a great view.
I've been told.
I think the last couple games you guys should be up there doing it.
I'm a little trepidatious on any sort of a scaffolding type situation, which I know it's much safer than that. And our fantastic cameraman Jess is up there giving you great shots, much like this fantastic Arty's. I said cameraman. Well, camera person, camera operator. No matter who it is, they're doing a fantastic job, and I'm glad they're up there.
Way to cover, Joel.
Listen, I am a walking ball of embarrassment, and so I learned a long time ago that as long as your heart's in the right place, you'll be okay.
Well, the check's in the mail. You'll be okay. No problem.
As long as I don't swear, I'm all right. So here we are as halftime, about ready to roll down to zeros on the clock as the Muskies will kick off here to begin the second half.
Well, it'd be nice to have a really good second half with homecoming coming up next week.
Homecoming's next week. Cedar Falls rolling to town. Former Muskie head coach Jake Mueller, an assistant there at his hometown team of Cedar Falls. So it's a homecoming for many. I mean, a lot of his former coaches are still on this staff. But we got to get here, though. Is this the situation, if you feel really good about a surprise onside kick, is this the kind of spot you want to roll the dice on something like that?
Not me. I don't want to give him field position.
That's why every staff needed a guy like you on it when I was coaching, because I was always the one wanting to pull the trigger on the trick play, and your opinion's probably correct.
You got to keep those guys on 80-yard drives to have a chance.
Lance Peterson.
Jake Mueller is so anxious to see this field.
It's what he always wanted.
And he emailed me and said, I can't wait to get here. So
we can't wait to have him
I
back.
told him I hope they have a flat tire on the way down. But
I'd get here late.
But I'd really show him the stadium when he got here late.
So as Parker Green sets up for the kickoff as we get the second half underway.
Parker's a good kicker.
High short kick caught at the 12-yard line. That is number 32, Max Doran, dragging tacklers over the 45-yard line.
Give him a hit his team, and it's difficult.
Just another 200-pound running back for the Spartans. The whole roster is 6'1", 190 to 205.
I don't know what they're feeding those guys, but it's big time.
So it'll be 1st and 10, Pleasant Valley, as the Spartan offense takes the field. It's like they get
I don't see it. 35 on our
32.
Okay.
Max Duran.
No, on ours for our tackle.
We might have someone playing up, as that's a great tackle there by Lopez in the open field.
That's an ankle buster right there. That's really neat.
Caden McDermott trying to get into the open, and Lopez saying, no, sir. So 2nd and 9 now for PV.
Lopez is a 5'5", 140-pound sophomore.
Scrappy.
Tough.
You have to play corner. There's a myth that you get to not be physical playing outside at the cornerback position.
Yeah, with what's his name coming around at 290. Yeah.
That give is up the middle to Lyon, who is met by Ty Kozad and company.
That's the way you tackle that guy.
Raker had him high, and Kozad came low.
And a couple guys piled on.
Can't run with your feet off the ground, and Kozad lifted him right up.
So this is a big play here now. If we can stop, make him kick it.
Jaime Martinez in on that as well.
Jaime's a hitter.
Does a nice job on the baseball team as well.
Yes, he does.
So 3rd and 7. McDermott rolls left. Does find Wilson in the flat.
When McDermott's there, he's going to throw probably. So hope we can pick that up.
Wilson really, I see why he's their leading receiver. Very smart route runner. He finds the sticks, knows right where to go, and he just finds that soft spot in the opposing team's zone and sits down.
He doesn't catch many, but every time it's at least 10 yards for an average.
So that'll be 1st and 10 for PV.
They're in that tight backfield. And there it is.
McDermott's going to keep it, fakes the pitch, and he's able to cut back against pursuit, and maybe got some help as a flag comes out.
Hopefully we got a hold there.
I think this one's coming back.
He did a nice fake with the pitch, and our guy bit. But it may be a reason why he did it.
Maybe the reason there was an opening there at least.
Yep, holding.
And that's going to be an illegal block in the back. Will bring this touchdown off the board.
I don't think Rusty's real happy about that call.
And so now the Muskie defense.
Caught a break, though.
And good pursuit there is what caused that break. Having players fight their way through in pursuit.
Yeah, it was over pursuit.
So 1st and 11 now, as the penalty is from the spot of the foul. But most importantly, takes the points off of the board.
The guy that's got the quarterback cannot leave him. And it should be the last guy on the line. There's a dive.
There's the give to Lyon. He breaks a tackle. I want to bring to your attention a big part of this offense. It's number 58, Ryan Sadler, the center. He's a senior. He's 6 feet tall, 270 pounds. But he is really impressive coming off the ball. His pad level stays really low, and he wins his block, and that's what makes that dive so hard to stop.
Well, you just got so much size there, and they're not slow. They all move pretty well. It's a perfect line for this offense.
McDermott keeps it. Now he cuts back again. And Martinez continues to run with him. And a touchdown saving tackle by Hardy.
He's got great feet. You watch his feet; he's chopping away.
He's looking to cut back every time he comes out there, and I think that's the conversation that's going to be had here with the defensive staff.
We've got somebody down. Kozad?
Yeah, he's cramping up.
Official timeout.
So it is an official's timeout and not a.
We've got to get that cut back. They make him cut back, then you've got to have somebody pursue in that area.
So as they
I think it's only cramps, so that's
looks like they're stretching them out. That's another thing. It's still a cool night, but it doesn't take much to lose that hydration.
Well, when you're playing both ways, it's a lot different. You know, that's why it's such great to have the luxury to be able to two-platoon, and the teams that have numbers can do that. If you don't have a lot of numbers, you end up playing both ways. And
so Kozak comes off the field with some assistance.
Get some fluids in him, and hopefully can get him back on offense. I don't know if that's it. Yeah, it is 24.
So Muskie Football brought to you by Bear of Muscatine, proud supporters, longtime supporters of Muskie Athletics, along with First National Bank of Muscatine, bringing you the Red Zone all season long. And Affordable Metal Manufacturing. We'll have our offensive player of the game presented by Affordable Metal.
See, that with their offense, they've already it's down to 4. Is that 4?
9:37.
So they haven't read that.
They've taken almost 4 minutes off the clock.
Taken almost 4. I thought it was a little bit more than that.
McDermott now keeps it stiff arm. Gets his shoulders square. Really, since he's come into the game at quarterback, he has been the primary ball carrier.
I think they decided at halftime that they could fake the dive and run the quarterback, and that's certainly what they've tried to do. And he's quick.
1st and goal now for the Spartans from the 7-yard line.
Our linebackers are having a tough time flowing that way. Now we're in goal line.
That give us to Van Wetsinga, and he's swallowed up.
We've got
short gain.
We've got more guys in the gap than they can handle in goal line if they try and go up the middle.
And as a lineman in this type of an offense, you take a lot of pride in just going forward. Like it becomes a war of the wills.
Well, like you say, you know that their center can handle it all by himself, and they can double the tackles if they want to.
Makes a big difference.
And then with that size, that is really difficult.
Toss now. They get it outside. That's Mekhi Wilson.
Didn't quite get in.
Step out.
But again, you know, they saw his goal line, so they went wide. And
Luke Hardy doing a nice job again, keeping them from getting in the end zone. They'll be 3rd and goal now from the 1-yard line.
Luke Hardy is a talented kid, and he's a young kid.
Just a junior.
Yep.
Is he Zach's younger brother?
I don't know for sure.
Quarterback sneak.
And
a touchdown, just a wedge, just a straight up wedge.
Just get those 2 guards in that center and bam. But you cannot fault how hard we're playing.
Yeah, Muscatine's doing their best. They're really trying some things. I've seen some nice little slants and stunts to try to throw off the blocking scheme, and it's worked a couple of times.
Well, you just got to gamble and see what happens.
Snap is up. Kick is good. And that'll make the score 21-3 as the Muskies trail Pleasant Valley. We'll be back after a short break for more Muskie football action on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
At First National Bank, we strive to provide the best customer service both in person and online. Our mobile wallet offers you great features within our mobile app: card controls, alerts, digital receipts. Mobile wallet is a free feature in our mobile app. Check it out today.
Did we mention quality matters?
Welcome to our Cut Quality Center. Let's take a closer look.
Our mowers provide superior
laser precision cut quality
for a perfectly manicured lawn.
Let's break this down in science terms. This grass is cut good. This grass is cut not as good.
Hustler Turf. Mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
And welcome back to third quarter action on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. We're in a little bit of an injury timeout here as another Muskie player is down. It appears they're stretching out in a cramp situation. So, Chuck, you've been around, putting you on the spot here. You've been around the Iowa High School Athletic Association at the administrative level for a long time. You have a lot of great relationships. This is the first year of this 5A class, this bigger class. It's been a little nebulous. We've heard words like competitive balance and things like that. In your opinion, someone who's been around and been part of these discussions for a long time, how do you feel adding this extra class is going to continue to improve football in the state?
I think we had to have the class. I think there's just too many teams in it. I think, you can go down. I think if you went with 24, the bottom group.
Because right now there's 36 teams, correct?
Yeah. And 5A football has just killed us this year. It just frustrates me that we've got this schedule. But it's something you have to live with. But
because there were 48. There were 48 4A teams, and they moved to 8. They readjusted 8, and they took the limit off the 8-man. So now we're sitting at 36, and this was a 1-year pilot, correct? They're going to reevaluate at the end of this season.
Yeah, South Dakota, they have mostly small schools.
Right.
You say if you have too many classes, you water it down. I don't believe that. If you're a state champion, you're a state champion. And in South Dakota, the top 8 schools make up the largest class. And nobody argues that because they're so much bigger than everybody else.
And you talk about distance traveled. I had college friends who went to schools in Sioux Falls, and they were playing Friday night games in Rapid City. So, you're going 7 hours west.
I had a good friend who was the head coach at Rapid City Central, and they had to go to Sioux Falls on a Thursday night to play a playoff game. And they got beat like 38-0. And the principal told their coach, make sure everybody's in school in the morning.
They eat a late breakfast at Wall Drug on the way home.
Yep. So I think they're going to have to reevaluate this. And you know as well as I do, suburban schools are getting bigger and bigger.
And Des Moines Roosevelt broke the streak a few weeks ago. The first Des Moines public school to beat a suburban school in, 19 years?
19 years.
Yeah.
And so you can see the difference there. Now, Ames, where Souther's at, and where in Ottumwa, where Mr. McGorry's at, now the superintendent, they're splitting into a new league next year. They're getting away. They're not
Marshalltown and Fort Dodge are joining them as well, right?
They're not going to play the Valleys. They're not going to play the Waukees. It only makes sense.
And is the new high school in Waukee open yet?
Yeah, they're both open. Okay. In fact, both the Waukee schools have not won a game going into this weekend. But that won't last long. They'll readjust. So
we're back underway here. Crabtree lets that go over for a touchback. But I think that my opinion, not that anyone cares, but I think you're onto something. Drop it to like 24 teams, and then have a little bit larger. I think there was too much hang-up of trying to have all these classes balanced. 36 teams here, 36 teams here. Let's have a smaller, bigger class. Have 4A be a little bit larger, and then go from there. Because right now you've got teams traveling all over the place. You don't have Sioux City going to Ottumwa anymore, but you've got Muscatine going to Dubuque and
back-to-back
Falls.
weeks.
Yeah,
that's crazy, But I don't worry about the travel as much as the competitive balance, and hopefully they can look at that and take a good long look at competitive balance.
Well, if you know anybody, feel free to share those thoughts with them.
Don't worry. They won't listen to me.
I don't know that's true. But what is true here is Mason Crabtree running with spunk, breaking through a 15-yard gain on first down.
Well, I'm telling you, Mason Crabtree, pound for pound, is as tough a football player as there is in any football field around here.
You know, he is listed as the number 2 running back on the depth chart, but he's a starter, and his team respects him as a starter, as a senior, an explosive player. That time, he's able to almost get away from the pape there.
Yeah, like I say, he's a tough nut. But we got 2 starting running backs with Kozad and him. There's no doubt about that. If we had depth at every position like that, we'd be in tremendous shape.
Batty will bring the play in from the sideline as it'll be 2nd and 11, 2nd and 12. I just haven't been able to string 2 or 3 of those bigger plays together.
Yeah, you've got to do that, and that's the difficult situation we're in.
Spread formation. Batty drops back to pass. Looking for that tunnel screen. There's a flag. And then we've got a holding.
I think we're holding on the big boy.
Braden Lane caught the pass on the screen. A short gain on the play, but I believe with the white hat throwing that flag, there's not a lot of options that penalty could be.
DuPage was in the backfield really quick, and he just had to grab him. Better to save your quarterback.
That's just going to say that. Mark Gasson, our offensive line coach, and I played, always said it's better to hold than to pick your quarterback up off the ground.
Yeah.
I don't like – here's another thing you can send to Boone for me, Coach. I don't like holding being a spot foul at the high school level. It's overly punitive for these youngsters who are still learning to play the game. We don't make NFL or college players suffer such a loss. Maybe we need to get some more TV revenue dollars out there to keep those penalties from being so debilitating.
The thing you got to realize is the rules. It's the National Federation
that
makes the rules.
I will stop emailing Boone and start emailing them.
Now, the National Federation makes the rules.
Oof, that's a face mask.
That's more than that.
That was almost a.
If that isn't another targeting, you won't see none.
Well, he grabbed him completely by the face mask.
Yeah. I don't think he did it intentionally.
No.
You know, I'm not saying that, but he's lucky he got up.
Is this going to be offsetting? Did they have? There were 2 flags that came in.
Must be because we're not moving any place. Hold on us.
And then a personal foul face mask.
Against the Spartans.
So they offset, and we'll replay the down.
Penalties offset.
Which is fine. That's the way it goes.
We'll replay the down.
I'm glad you're here to talk me off the ledge on some of these rule things that I find myself on a soapbox on.
Yeah, like you said, you thought you were gaining some restraint.
I did say that off the air. I'm like, I'm getting better. But, hey, we're getting the shot clock finally in basketball. So
yes, we are.
So the Iowa High School can stop blocking me on Twitter. Here we go. Batty now gives it to Crabtree. Another gain on 2nd down, short gain.
They block you also, huh?
Well, every time they posted something, I would always respond, this is fantastic news. Now let's get a shot clock. And so it was pretty incessant, and I got blocked, which is fine. They've unblocked me, actually. I had a conversation with one of the marketing people in Boone, and they knew my heart was in the right place.
They usually people think people's heart's in the right place.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't profane. I wasn't belligerent.
You wouldn't be.
I just like having fun. 3rd and forever. 3rd and 27 here for Landon Batty and the Muskies. And he throws it just short, and DuPage got a good shot in there.
If he would have,
that was close.
If he could have come back, I think he could have got the ball.
But Batty, man, standing in there, taking a shot, he's got a lot of the intangibles that you like to see in a quarterback.
He's tough. You know, he's only 5'10" and 150, so
And now he's back to punt. So field position really in Pleasant Valley's favor right now. End over end kick.
If we get a bounce.
Oh, checks up. Gets a
We don't.
Spartan bounce.
But again, that was it wasn't a terrible snap, but it was high and slow and it ruined his timing.
31, it'll be first and 10, Spartans.
And the punt will give the Spartans the ball just outside the 30-yard line. It'll be first and 10 PV.
That's what that Spartan defense does. They gain field position all the time. You know,
And now shotgun look here.
I don't know the rest of their schedule, but they're going to be a playoff team.
Here's the sweep out to Wilson. And he cuts it back, and Hardy's there again for the tackle. I happen to have their schedule right here in front of me. They host Davenport North next week. Then they travel to Bettendorf. And then they are home against City High. And they finish the season on the road at Dubuque Senior on a Saturday. And then at home, then at Iowa City West.
Well, City High will be a big
the
game
season.
for them. City High's playing really well right now. They gave up so much ground there. It would have been.
So first down here as McDermott keeps it.
We got cramped again. 42 made a nice.
Good tackle there by Matt Keener.
Yeah, now he's down with cramps, I think.
Ball is on the 16, it'll be second and 8.
We'll take another quick break. We'll be back with more Muskie Football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
Affordable Metal Manufacturing provides cut-to-length rolled metal panels for commercial, residential, and agricultural roofing. We take pride in delivering our products with a short lead time, normally 3 days or less. Our panels are cut to the nearest 1/8 of an inch for greater efficiency and less waste. Affordable Metal can even roll your panels on site. Call today for a free quote and let us become your preferred supplier. Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Our business is rolling.
At Hustler.
And welcome back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network, presented by Hy-Vee, Bear of Muscatine, and Riots at Rebelle Saloon. Also Bickford Senior Living and the Youth Sports Foundation. As Pleasant Valley threatens in the red zone, it's 2nd and 8. Wilson in motion. Wilson on the toss. Martinez on the run through, just got clipped just enough to get Wilson the seam, who finds his way in the end zone. Touchdown, Pleasant Valley.
They pound you and they pound you inside, and then they get outside, and
They flank
you
a
can't be
little bit.
every place. I thought they had a little motion on this side, though, that time that could have been called.
Martinez read it perfectly. He ran the alley, and the receiver just clipped his shoulder pad legally, just enough to throw him offline and give Wilson the angle.
You know, they've got two good quarterbacks, and they complement each other.
Well, and it's not even their usual starter, Barrett Lindmark.
And they got three good quarterbacks. And that's what you have to run this offense.
Yeah, when your quarterbacks carry the ball as much as they do in this offense, you have to have depth there, because you're going to have some dings and some injury opportunity at your quarterback position. Extra point is good. Spartans lead 28-3. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with the kickoff.
Hi, I'm Ashley, and I'd like to take a minute to talk to you about Pearl City Media.
At Pearl City Media, we develop custom marketing solutions for businesses of all kinds. Between radio, cable TV, newspaper, Facebook, Google, and YouTube ads, it can be tough to make sure your business is seen and understood by the right people. Pearl City Media understands that people are everywhere. And reaching the right kind of people for your business isn't so simple. Maybe you want to increase your business's awareness and sell more inventory.
Or maybe you want to book more appointments.
Or maybe you need a bump in your lunchtime traffic. Whatever your...
And we're back as Spangler looks to kick off for the Spartans, who lead 28-3. That kick is high and short as Crabtree fields it. He tries to find a seam. He's just up over the 20. Good coverage there from the Spartans.
I think he actually likes to run into people. I mean,
he might. Well, he just saw what little hole he had. He went for it.
Yeah, I mean,
you gotta like to get hit if you're a kick returner. Yeah. You couldn't, even if I had the physical skill, Chuck, you would have not found me returning kicks. That's a crazy man's position.
Make it easy now.
I think it is. I'm not. I have all the respect in the world for those guys. It's the one position on the field that I never had any desire to ever try.
Well, you want to be able to run about 9.9, and then you can take care of a lot of things.
Yeah, that was never a problem for me.
No,
there was a reason I played guard and tackle. The snap to Beatty, he gives it. That's Crabtree again. And you can see this defensive front starting to take hold for the Spartans.
Well, they just wear you down. They're so big in size.
Vonderhaar and Necker in on the tackle there. As Batty brings the play in for the Muskies. Two receivers right. Raker to the right in the backfield. Play action pass.
Batty, open.
Batty had Raker right in the seam. Just outstretched. Just outside the outstretched Nolan Raker.
Batty's pass intended for Nolan Raker is incomplete. That'll bring up third down.
Third down now for the Muskies. That was the look they were looking for. Him isolated right there in the middle of the field. They got the protection. Just missed him.
Baby Gronk just about had that one. That's who he reminds me of.
Yeah, he's got that build. I mean, he's just absolutely the prototype as far as what you want a tight end to look like.
He's just going to get bigger, too.
And he's out wide left here. Looking to throw the screen to him, and
did he get
well
killed?
Defended. Now it's number 31, Coy Kipper, on the coverage, and Batty took a hit there.
You know who buried him?
Our friend DePape.
Oh, 99. Well, I'll tell you.
We've seen some defensive ends the last few years. We had Bowlers last year at Clear Creek and Mana, and DePape here for TV.
I mean, Batty took a solid shot, and he got right up. He's tough.
There comes a point, though, you watch your quarterback to not have to show you how tough he is anymore.
No doubt.
Ooh, that one is deflected. And the Muskies will down it. So just an 11-yard punt.
Right up the middle. Rusty VanHecke, I think, blocked it partially.
So it'll be Spartan football again in good field position from their own, from the Muskie 34-yard line.
3:34 to go in the third.
28-3. It's really been a tale of field position this second half. PV is not. They've just only one time started with it on the minus side of the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
Little shotgun look here for the Spartans. Get a lead, maybe try some of these formations you don't use as your core offense here.
Get him.
Booting out right, trying to throw it now wide open. Is Wilson. He said he doesn't catch it often, but when he does, it's a big play. He just got lost behind the defense. And there's a touchdown from Caden McDermott to Mekhi Wilson.
Well, he ran around long enough, so somebody had to get open, and, of course, Wilson's their best receiver. I thought we were going to get him tackled, but good athlete, and he just gave him the juke.
So that touchdown pass from McDermott to Wilson will bring on Spangler now for the extra point. And the Muskies trying to anticipate the snap count. And they jumped off sides.
An encroachment against the Muskies.
So they'll be half the distance to the goal.
They'll probably decline it unless they want to run it. And they're going to take it.
Might as well.
It's just a little tougher to make the extra point. They tell me.
I would disagree with that point, but I've heard it before. I think it's crazy. Yeah, and that extra point is good. That makes it now 35-3. We'll take a quick break and be back with more second half action.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat, so you pay for the meat, not for the fat, and get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
I can feel it. His expectation.
You should have listened to that one little feeling.
Gotta wonder what's next.
This is our only chance. The world needs him.
I think I might have just pulled this off.
Really?
Am I interrupting?
Please enjoy.
Enjoy your free preview this weekend. Then call us to order.
And welcome back. It's third quarter action here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar, along with my partner Chuck VanHecke tonight, as the Spartans lead 35-3. Spangler with the kick. Fielded by Crabtree. Does his best to get some yardage. He's out over the 15-yard line. Number 15, Jalen Williams. Really good coverage there for the Spartans.
Yeah, he's a little bulldozer. There's no doubt about it.
I actually thought they were offsides.
Could have been.
On that.
I still say tonight you cannot fault the effort that's being put out on the field. And I hope that everybody realizes that. Biggest thing we can do right now is just everybody support this team as they go into homecoming next week and the rest of the year.
A holding call here against the Muskies.
Just what we need.
And so that will...
There's that field position problem again.
Started inside the 10-yard line as it goes half the distance to the goal. As the Muskies will start in the four-pronged shadow of their own goalpost.
He's got the big horses out there yet.
As Batty gives it, I believe that's Crabtree again who dodged the tackle in the backfield.
Every play, Pleasant Valley's got 4 or 5 on the tackle. They really rally to the ball. They're well coached.
Team defense as Muscatine loses a yard on first down. 2nd and 11. This is a rekindled rivalry from the old Mississippi Athletic Conference in football, which hasn't existed for several years now, but it's always nice to see these MAC schools end up on your schedule. So the Muskies then give the ball now. That's Crabtree again. And good pursuit from the Spartans.
Mason Crabtree, the ball carrier.
3rd and 10 now.
Yeah, we long for the old MAC conference football schedule. I'll guarantee you that.
Yeah, yes and no. I've been on record of saying I've been a fan of the districts because I like the opportunity to play some of these schools that traditionally we haven't played. As a fan, and I think as a player I would have liked that as well. But as the screen pass out to Raker and defensive pursuit, just able to get him.
And the base pass complete to Nolan Rucker.
but I'm an agent of change. I really like. I don't know if it's my ADD or whatever. I'm not a big traditionalist when it comes to things.
Me too. You go first.
35-3 is the score, as Landon Batty looks to punt here for the Muskies. At least I didn't say chaos, boys. I could have said I was an agent of chaos, which I'm not.
Chaos to calmness.
As Batty kicks, that's a good punt. Turns over a little bit.
They're down. He's down.
McDermott drops to his knees to catch it just inside the 35-yard line. So from foot to fielding, that's a 42-yard punt.
Yeah,
but just when your heels are on your end line of your own end zone, it's just hard to flip that field position.
Well, and no return. That's really, good for the punt itself.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34. As the PV offense takes the field.
I think they've changed some of their linemen, haven't they?
There's a couple different spots in there, but like Van Wetsing is playing tight end.
Yeah. They're not all, but we were offside.
Offsides, that motion lured off. That was number 45, Xander Dayton, and Brock Garrison both kind of twitched on that. Again, just trying to manufacture some.
Yeah, error of commission, not omission. But those are things, on a snap, you shouldn't have that.
So 1st and 5 from the 29. Caden McDermott under center. Lyon in the backfield. Doyle in motion. McDermott keeps it. He's going to be brought down just short, a yard short of the first down.
That's not one of their better well-run plays, but it works a little.
Penetration kind of made McDermott have to bubble, and they lost that pitch relationship.
Yeah. I see Henry's down there trying to run it off, but he's not doing real well.
So 2nd and 2.
What play do you think this will be?
I'm going to go with a little option, dive play.
Dive right or left?
Where's your dive left?
Dive right or left would be,
That's number 33, Dakota Dreeling on the carry, and he's pushed out inside the 15-yard line.
Dakota driving the ball carrier.
It's a nice look. The lights out.
It's a little easier to see. Lights out in the press box. As you can see, the lights are not out on the field. Third quarter, just under a minute to play here in the third quarter, about 30 seconds left. As the Muskies trying to hold PV out of the end zone here. Caden McDermott under center. O'Donnell out right. There's the fake pitch, and now McDermott boots, and he's got and tackled short of the goal line.
Boy, that was a nice tackle.
That was Aiden Lopez. He's had a great game. Coming up, he's a sophomore. He's sticking his nose in there.
He gets those ankles, and there you go down.
That was
I thought that was
Ty
a touchdown.
Lyon, who he thought it was a touchdown too. I think he was surprised at the shot he took. It's like Coach Holler used to always tell us, you can't run if your ankles are in the air. Third quarter done. We'll take a quick break here.
He had a few like that, didn't he?
He sure did. We'll be back with more Muskie Football on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
And welcome back as we begin the fourth quarter here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar along with Chuck VanHecke. As Pleasant Valley leading Muscatine 35-3, and they are on the doorstep. It's first and goal at the 1-yard line as this Muskie defense is looking to hold. So, Chuck, they've been in this situation 2 other times, and we saw the quarterback sneak.
We're going to see the sneak with Rusty pushing them in. The rugby play is going to be in action.
Right behind that 270-pound center. Oh, they get fancy. Toss it to Van Wetsinga, and he finds the corner.
See, that's what I know.
They find a way to get their junior running back in the end zone, his second touchdown of the game. So the Muskies trail now 41-3 with the extra point pending from Spangler. There really just are so many options with this type of an offense. I know, pun intended, right? But you can line up in the same formation and just bring so many different attacks from a short distance.
Well, yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Extra point.
I've seen it by Spangler. I've seen them try it when their line wasn't like that, and it didn't work quite as well.
Definitely have the right mix up front, averaging 6'1", 270 across the board up front.
So
we're going to take another fast break as the Spartans look to kick off here as they lead 42-3 in the fourth quarter.
I can feel it. This expectation.
You should have listened to that one little feeling.
Gotta wonder what's next.
This is our only chance. The world needs him.
I think I might have just pulled this off.
Really?
Am I interrupting?
Please enjoy.
Enjoy your free preview this weekend. Then call us to order.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
And we are back on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network as Spangler kicks off for Pleasant Valley.
Rusty.
The kick is fielded here by Crabtree at the 10. He's looking for a seam. He picks his way up over the 20-yard line, just shy of the 25. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Muskies.
The Pleasant Valley, their special teams have been really good.
Do we have another flag on the play here?
They're talking. But Crabtree's been able to run a lot of runbacks back, and tonight he has had very little.
And the Muskies are marching backwards, so it sounds like they foresee a penalty in their future.
A block in the back, it must be.
Holding against the Muskies. So for the second kick return in a row, the Muskies will find themselves half the distance to the goal. And they'll have 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line.
They substituted 63. And he is only...
He's 6'1", 295.
Yeah, they're getting the lighter guys in.
That is Nate Cox, a junior, into the nose tackle spot.
Okay.
For the Muskies, do we have a different quarterback in here?
I don't think so.
Nolan's taking snaps at quarterback. A little wild Muskie formation.
We're in the Nolan formation.
And he's able to take the direct snap and gain 4 yards on first down as the Muskies have it 2nd and 6 at the 16.
The wild Muskie formation.
Just create new opportunities and figure out new ways to get the ball into Recker's hands.
The more the better.
I liked how Ryan Timmerman with the Journal referred to him as all-purpose yards. That's really kind of how you have to measure him this year. They find so many different ways to get him the football.
Yeah,
he takes the direct snap again. A little play-action fake. And he'll power over. He's close to the first down. It looks like they're going to give it to him. Yes, he's got the first down. So a first down is Necker with the tackle. So it'll be 1st and 10. Ten minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. We are at a continuous clock. Recker bobbles that snap.
That's two low snaps in a row. That's just ruins the timing.
Nolan Recker, the ball carrier. He's down to 20.
And so he actually is going to lose another yard.
2nd and 13.
Or 3 yards, actually, 14. So 2nd and 14, 4 yards. They actually ruled when he picked it up, he had his knee on the ground, so they moved that spot back.
Now we're back to
Batty back at quarterback. Recker split out in the slot to the left. That throw is high, but caught by Luke Hardy.
It was a nice catch.
Hardy, the 5'10" junior receiver, climbs the ladder and pulls it in, make it 3rd and 11. Some soft coverage here from the Spartans, just keeping everything in front of them.
Coach VanHecke has pretty well subbed everybody out right now.
Parker Dummer just checks into the ball game. Play action. Beatty has Recker in the seam, and he catches it for the big first down conversion. It'll be Muskie ball outside at the 46-yard line.
He's got great hands, baby Gronk. I'll guarantee you that.
Good throw as well from Batty. It's right over the linebackers. So 1st and 10. And with 8:15 to play here in the fourth quarter.
It's a confidence builder.
Doubles formation, 2 receivers left and right. Raker in the slot. They find Lane, Braden Lane, with the out route, and that's complete.
That was a well thrown ball.
Yeah, it was. Good catch by Lane. Makes it 2nd and 4.
You give Batty time, and he can throw the football.
He's looking more and more comfortable, too, with each game.
He's taking some punches tonight, I'll guarantee you that.
Drops back to pass. Pump fake. Now he'll scramble. And he's got Recker coming back to the sideline.
Great catch,
he caught it, but is out of bounds. Good defense there by Lyon.
Great catch, but he's out. That kid has played his heart out again tonight.
So he's 3rd and 4.
Every game, he just 110% if you can do that.
Well, he doesn't come off the field. He plays almost every defensive and offensive snap.
Never says a word, just give me the ball.
So now it'll be Muskie ball. 3rd down. Batty finds Keener there off to the left. And that'll be another first down for the Muskies. Good comeback route there from Keener.
Yeah, and he hit him right on the money.
Ran it about 4 yards past the sticks, and by the time he was coming back to it and caught it, the ball met him. First down converted. Those are good confidence-building throws, too.
Yeah, this is a nice drive. It gives A little momentum, a little self-esteem.
Raker gets a little bit of a break here. 10 seconds to go on the play clock.
He'll get about 2 seconds and he'll be back in there. He just loves to play.
The Muskies are going to have to call a timeout here.
Play
clock was expiring.
Yeah.
So timeout, Muscatine. We're going to take a fast break. We'll be back with more Muskie football here on the Discover.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
And welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar. It's the fourth quarter here. We'll have our Hy-Vee post-game show coming up after the game, where we'll bring our Affordable Metal and Manufacturing Offensive Player of the Game and our Eastern Iowa Power Washers Defensive Player of the Game. Big thank you to all of our broadcast sponsors: Let's Eat Catering, RIVO Plumbing and Heating, the Muscatine Community Y, Bickford Senior Living, and Youth Sports Foundation. As the Muskies kind of driving here, Chuck. Good first down conversion there just a minute ago, and coming out of this timeout, the Muskies looking to get a touchdown.
Yeah, Beatty's thrown the ball well, and we've had a couple receivers catch it nicely.
Taking a shot deep. A good adjustment from Lane. Big completion down. Great adjustment from Braden Lane with the ball in the air.
Yeah, you could call that a back shoulder throw, couldn't you?
I call it a throw that I probably wouldn't have caught, that's for certain.
Yeah.
Great, good job of finding the ball, and a really good throw. I listened to an interview with Chuck Long last week, and he said those good deep balls, that you want to see them leave the screen if you're watching it on TV. You want to get them high so they can drop down in over the defender's head, and Batty did a nice job there with that.
That was a real nice play.
Boots out right.
Got it.
Finds Lane in the end zone for a touchdown.
That was a nice drive. That'll give us
really a lot good pitch and catch there.
Yep.
So touchdown Muskies as Braden Lane brings in the catch.
We're going to go for two.
Extra point team is on the field.
No, they're on the field.
Sophia Thomas on for the extra point.
Get a good snap for her. There we go.
Kick is up, and it's good. Thomas with the extra point with a good kick. We'll take another fast break. We'll be back with more fourth quarter action here on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network.
RIVO has expert plumbers, but did you know RIVO can also be your one source for complete bathroom and kitchen remodels? With professional craftsmen doing the job for more than 30 years, experienced in tile, carpentry, and of course plumbing, RIVO can transform a dreary basement into an elegant bathroom and upgrade a worn-out kitchen using inspirational design and quality brands. Before you stand in line at a big box store, call RIVO Incorporated and see how a hometown professional can refresh and improve your home.
It's National Public Power Week, but we celebrate more than just power because MPW is 3 utilities with one focus: you. Not-for-profit municipal utility customers enjoy high reliability, low rates, local control, and community investment. It's also National Customer Service Week, making it.
And welcome back, as we are back here at fourth quarter action on the Discover Muscatine Sports Network, as the Muscatine Muskies score on the 29-yard touchdown pass from Landon Batty to Braden Lane.
Well, Joe, we had a real treat this afternoon. Coach Each came and wanted to look over the new facility, and he took a nice tour, and he was really impressed.
I was telling Ben Nitzel last game we had that one of my closest friends from college, his mother is actually working with Coach Each on a couple projects for some nonprofits in Des Moines. It's just a small world how, a person who worlds have never collided. You know, my high school defensive coordinator, you know, turns out to be very close with one of my close friends.
Yeah, so you never know. It's amazing.
That high kick is fielded by the Spartans, and now there's a seam. This is Doran, and he's out over the 40. And a player down for the Muskies.
Next, Doran returns the kick to the 42.
That's number 63.
Can't see in the
Nathan Beatty.
Yep, it's hard to see in the dark now.
It actually, yeah. Darned if we do, darned if we don't. The glare was bothering me. We'll get the lay of the land here at the new digs eventually.
We need to take care of you so you can see. That's fine.
As will be Pleasant Valley ball, 1st and 10 from their own 42. 5:08 to play. The continuous clock has now stopped with that Muskie score. That looked like a false start. As O'Donnell hands it off to the dive. You see that right guard pull on the dive. It's that influence pull, trying to draw that linebacker out so they can run underneath it.
They get away with that quite a bit, especially if you go up there and snap it real quick.
2nd and 7 now for Pleasant Valley.
He's down at the 45. It's 2nd and 7.
Toss sweep now. That's out number 6. That's Kale Amarine.
Lopez
with the tackle.
He's not, you can just tell by the tackle it's him.
Well, and DJ told me before the game, he's like, he's out there and he looks small, but he brings a lot of effort and a lot of strength to his position.
He's a tough tackler.
.55, 140. So O'Donnell under center. Now here's the toss. Spins back around. This is Ethan Boland, and he's going to break a tackle. And they thought they had him dead to rights in the backfield, and he's able to get another first down.
We should have had him back there, but he's a good runner.
Yeah, Boland.
23.
He's one of the
seniors. I thought Hy-Vee had him in the back, Martinez, but it went just a little bit too deep.
So 1st and 10 from the Muskie 35. Here's the give. That's to Dakota Dreeling. He's still rumbling and bumbling. He's got a neck roll. You have to say he's rumbling and bumbling when you're running the ball with a neck roll.
You know you're an old-time player when you have a neck roll.
I love the neck roll.
They just don't make them anymore.
So it'll be 2nd and 2 now for Pleasant Valley.
You and the Boz with neck rolls.
The Boz is a little before my time a little bit. I'm Andy Katzenmoyer, Chris Spielman. Those are the neck rolls that I remember.
Spielman.
There's the toss sweep.
Christmas.
That's Kai Doherty on the carry. Boland with
67 on the tackle.
Tackled by Michael Kowitzel.
That is Kowitzel with the tackle. So now it's 1st and 10 inside the 20 in the red zone here for PV. 2:40 to play here in the 4th quarter. O'Donnell, who started the game at quarterback, then was replaced by McDermott. Now he's trying to salt this game away. He tosses it to Amarine. Amarine turns the corner. We've got a flag here. I think this one's coming back. It was thrown with gusto from the umpire. This is going to be a holding. So Amarine did a nice job of laying out and getting the first down, but it was all for naught as a lineman got caught for a loss of 10 on the holding penalty.
Well, hopefully that'll keep them out of the end zone. Let's make sure they stay out of the end zone here. We had a nice offensive drive, and we don't want to give them another touchdown.
1st and 18 now from the 26-yard line. Here's the dive. That's Dreeling. He's going to get 6 on that
They're setting up the sweep.
30 seconds left on the play clock. 2 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 12. Amrine in motion. That's the give to Dreeling. Be 3rd and 7 now.
One thing on this drive, our coaches have gotten our alternate players in, so they're getting a chance to play, and that's important too.
We're under a minute to go, or under a minute and a half to go here. Here's the sweep. That's Bolin.
Good play, good play.
He tries to spin out of it, and that was no joy. That's number 20. It was Jaime Martinez, sorry, 23. I thought there was a 22 out there.
There was a 20 out there.
It's not on my sheet, unfortunately. No. So.
And, Martinez was there too, but 20's must be a sophomore.
So now make it now 4th and 9, and the offense will stay on the field here for PV. Give us the Dreeling, and he is going to be stopped short of the line to gain, and the Muskies will take over on downs with 41 seconds to go here in the ball game.
Good job.
That's a good prideful drive there from the defense, keeping them out of the end zone.
And now we've got our second crew in too for offense for a couple plays, hopefully.
So now checking in at the quarterback position is number 10, Cesar Garrido. I mean, he's just bringing the play in. Actually, it's Sawyer Zek playing quarterback here for the Muskies.
Another sophomore. Both those guys were sophomores.
Sawyer takes the snap. That give us to Crabtree.
Takes them all to get him down.
Gain of about 6 on first down, so it'll be 2nd and 4. And we're under 30 seconds to go here in the ball game.
2nd and 3.
We got Batty down on the table. I hope it's nothing serious.
Zek pulls it. He's going to run it now over the left side. He slides. And that's going to be the last play of the ball game as the Muskies will fall to Pleasant Valley 42-10. We'll take a short break, and we'll be back with our Hy-Vee post-game show.
I can feel it. His expectation.
You should have listened to that one little feeling.
Gotta wonder what's next.
This is our only chance. The world needs him.
I think I might have just pulled this off.
Really?
Am I interrupting?
Please enjoy.
Enjoy your free preview this weekend. Then call us to order.
Arty's Ice Cream and Grill, 609 West 5th Street, Wilton, Iowa.
At Hustler Turf, quality matters, especially in the strength and durability of our mowers. So you know your Hustler will stand the test of time. We think the difference is obvious. With our welded fabricated steel deck, high-strength 11-gauge one-piece frame, and the precision control of our smooth track steering, anyone can mow like a pro.
Stop in to Muscatine Lawn and Power at 2020 Stewart Road to see Hustler quality for yourself.
welcome back to the Discover Muscatine Sports Network. I'm Joel Kraushaar with Chuck VanHecke as Muscatine falls to Pleasant Valley 42-10 in this Class 5A football matchup. And Chuck, this is our post-game show presented by Hy-Vee. The scoreboard looked pretty disparate, but Muscatine did some really nice things tonight.
I think, like I said, this first half especially, I think they did a lot of nice things. The thing I think about it is they really played hard. They gave it a great effort, and they knew, and our coaches knew going into it, it was going to be a tough football game, and they prepared, and they played their hearts out, and that's all you can ask from a football team.
Able to get the touchdown at the end on the great pass from Batty to Lane, and that will bring us here to our Affordable Metal Manufacturing Offensive Player of the Game. Chuck, who do you have for our Offensive Player of the Game?
I've got to give that to Landon Batty, the junior quarterback. He did a lot of nice things throughout the evening and was under great pressure and threw some nice passes and ran the offense very nice, and I think he certainly is deserving of that this evening.
Landon Batty, our Affordable Metal Manufacturing Offensive Player of the Game. And then our Eastern Iowa Power Washers Defensive Player of the Game. We seem to be calling his name all night. He had a turnover. Aiden Lopez from his cornerback position was a real run stopper tonight. Everything that came his way, he found a way to make the tackle. I had him for 7 solo tackles tonight on my little sheet. And then he had, on the option play, the ball bounced off on a bad pitch off the face mask of the running back, and he picked it right out of the air and almost returned it for a touchdown, leading to the field position that led to the Muskie field goal.
He was a real treat to watch. When he tackles you, you go right down, and he's not very big, but he'll take on anybody.
Fearless out there, which is what you need from that position. And I mentioned that fumble recovery. That's our play of the game as well, presented by Pearl City Media. Couldn't do this without all of our fantastic sponsors. Make sure you support these local businesses that support us. Muscatine Community Y, Riots and Rebelle Salon, Bickford Senior Living, Let's Eat Catering, RIVO Plumbing and Heating, and the Youth Sports Foundation. And again, this is the Hy-Vee post-game show. And make sure you're always watching us on the Discover Muscatine Facebook page, YouTube, or Twitter. Like, subscribe, get those alerts so you know when we go live, whether it's football or one of the other many activities that Discover Muscatine brings you. And you can always watch on Muscatine Power and Water Cable Channel 3. The Muskies fall to 0-4. The Spartans move to 1-3. And we'll be right back here next week for homecoming. Always an exciting week as the Cedar Falls Tigers roll into town. And the Muskies will look to be ready. Chuck, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Well, I enjoyed it, and we'll look forward to you guys covering a great game next Friday night.
Can't wait. It's homecoming week. There's all sorts of activities. Make sure you check out the Discover Muscatine newspaper for that schedule as well. There's so many great places to find information, but none better than discovermuscatine.com. That's going to do it for us tonight. Have a great weekend, everybody. Who's your pick, Chuck? Notre Dame, Purdue?
If Notre Dame lets them have the drum in the stadium, I'm picking Notre Dame.
How about UNLV and Iowa State? I know you said your son's heading down to that game.
I don't think that'll be a ball game. I think Iowa State will roll big time.
Rebels gave the Sun Devils a hard look a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, well, I don't think the Sun Devils are very good either.
And how do you have Kent State and Iowa shaping up tomorrow?
I think it'll be a real nail biter. Iowa probably about 20.
Usually good games. That's going to do it for us tonight. Have a great weekend, everybody. And make sure you support all these local businesses that support us. Go Muskies, and we'll see you next week.